It's an exciting time. It's Halloween in 2 days. You probably already have your Halloween costumes ready. You've probably carved your pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns and you have them outside. Let's get started with a poem about pumpkins. And there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." But the third one said, "We don't care." And the fourth one said, "Let's run and run and run." And the fifth one said, "It's time for Halloween fun." Then went the wind and out went the light. And the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Now you're probably wondering, what can you do with your pumpkins after Halloween? So I have a few things that we can talk about, and then we're going to do a little bit of a science experiment with our pumpkins. So first, you can compost your pumpkins. You can cut them up into little pieces. You can smash them down into mush and add them into your compost. They're mostly made of water, so they're a fantastic addition to your compost. Second, you could cut your pumpkins into little small pieces and leave them in the grass in your yard or maybe at the side of your garden, because the chipmunks and the squirrels and the rabbits, that makes a fantastic little snack for them. And we know that they're getting ready for winter, so they're storing up on their food. Lastly, you can try and donate them to a local farm. Maybe you know someone who lives on a farm, because pumpkin is a fantastic meal for an animal. Okay, we talked about a science experiment. So for this science experiment, you need your pumpkin. You're going to need baking soda and vinegar and a small cup, or maybe an eyedropper or a measuring spoon. We're going to head on over to the stairs and we'll get started. We're ready for the science part. I have my pumpkins, my baking soda, vinegar, a cup, and some optional food coloring. We're going to cause a chemical reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar. Now, if you don't have pumpkins, that's okay. You can still do this experiment. You could use a muffin tin, you could use a cookie sheet, and you're just going to sprinkle out your baking soda on there and then have your little one add the vinegar to see what happens. So I've already started with these 2 pumpkins. They have their baking soda, so I'm going to add in some food coloring. I'm going to do green in this one, and we'll do some red in this one. Just a few drops is all you need. Now for this one, we're going to add in the baking soda. So you can pour it in, or you can have your little one pour it in. You can have great conversations about how much should we use. If we use a lot or if we use a little bit, will the outcome be different? Now we're going to take our vinegar. You can use it in a cup. You could use an eyedropper. You could use a measuring cup. And here's where the science comes in. I wonder what's going to happen. Let's try with this one first. Ready? Bubbles. It's the baking soda reacting to the vinegar. Oh, it looks like our pumpkins are getting sick. Now, do you notice that the pumpkin down here on the bottom doesn't have a mouth? So we're going to see if we've added enough to make it come right up out the top or out his eyes at the top. The vinegar is reacting with the baking soda, causing that foaming action to happen. Now, the great thing about this experiment is you can keep going. You can just keep adding more vinegar. You could try adding water, see if it does the same thing. You could maybe try using a spoon and see if you stir it up, if the reaction would be any different. All right, everyone, now that I have some fizzy green and red and mushy pumpkins, I'm gonna clean up and I'm gonna break them into pieces and leave them outside for all the little animals. Happy Halloween, everyone. Make sure you come back next week for another Backyard Boredom Buster. Bye.